I eventually told him that I thought it was about my sexuality, and he was super sweet about it.
The latest news on Sara Gilbert is so sad. She didn't grow up chasing fame. She grew up surrounded by it. From the moment Sara Gilbert was born on January 29, 1975, at St. John's Hospital in Santa Monica, California, she entered a world where show business wasn't a dream, it was the family business. Her mother, Barbara Cowan, had been a child actress. Her grandfather, Harry Crane, helped create the legendary comedy The Honeymooners, and her older half-sister, Melissa Gilbert, was already America's little sweetheart on Little House on the Prairie. Fame was everywhere, except with Sara herself. Growing up, Sara watched giant waves of attention crash over Melissa, while she stood quietly in the background. Melissa had interviews, awards, magazine covers, and eventually a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Sara later admitted that as a little girl, she wanted to act simply because she was jealous of the attention Melissa got. Her childhood wasn't easy, though. Her mother's earlier marriage to Paul Gilbert, a vaudeville performer and WWII pilot, had ended in 1972. Paul adopted Melissa and Jonathan, but tragedy followed. He died in 1976 when Sara was just a year old. The family told the world he died of a stroke. The truth, suicide, remained hidden for decades. Even though Sara never truly knew Paul, his absence shaped her life in quiet, emotional ways. At age 9, determined to carve out her identity, she officially took the last name Gilbert. That same year, she started auditioning. Her first time in front of a camera came around age 6 in a Kool-Aid commercial. By 1984, she made her acting debut at age 9 in the CBS movie Calamity Jane. And even though she was acting, her mother insisted she stay in regular school. Barbara Cowan knew how the industry could swallow children whole, and she wanted Sara grounded. That decision changed everything later in her life. Everything shifted in 1988 when Sara auditioned for a new comedy called Roseanne. The moment she stepped into the room, she was Darlene Connor, sarcastic, dry, brilliant, wise beyond her years. She had just failed to get cast in a Facts of Life reboot, but Roseanne was different. From the first episode, Darlene became a fan favorite. Her authenticity, the eye-rolling humor, and the emotional depth turned her into one of the most memorable TV teenagers in history. Her performance earned her Emmy nominations, but even at the height of her success, she refused to abandon her education. In 1993, she enrolled at Yale University, studying art and photography while still filming Roseanne. The production literally moved around her schedule. Her scenes were sometimes filmed in New York while she attended classes in Connecticut. She graduated in 1997, the same year the original run of Roseanne ended. Behind the scenes, though, Sara carried a secret she couldn't explain yet. While filming the show, she began dating her co-star Johnny Galecki, who played David Healy. On-screen chemistry was easy, but off-screen something felt strange. Sara said every time they kissed, she felt sad and confused. Eventually, she told Johnny she thought the feelings were because of her sexuality. Instead of being hurt, Johnny supported her completely. Years later, when she decided to come out on the talk, Johnny even offered to stand beside her. During the 1990s, Sara began experimenting with more complex film roles. She starred in Poison Ivy alongside Drew Barrymore, earning an Independent Spirit Award nomination. She also appeared in Sooty and Simpson with Louis Gossett Jr., a movie that tackled racism and abuse. In 2004, she joined her as Dr. Jane Feigler, but the role never evolved. Then came The Big Bang Theory, where she played Dr. Leslie Winkle, the blunt, brilliant physicist who became a fan favorite. Her deadpan style fit perfectly, but the writers eventually struggled to integrate her into the evolving storylines. She was promoted to the main cast, then moved back to recurring status, and ultimately phased out. She later admitted she didn't choose to leave. The writers simply didn't know what to do with her character. But behind the scenes, Sara was quietly creating something that would change daytime TV forever. In 2009, she pitched CBS a new kind of talk show, one centered on honest conversations between women, especially mothers. Out of multiple competing pitches, the network chose hers. On October 18, 2010, the talk premiered. Sara wasn't just a co-host, she was the creator and executive producer. Alongside Sharon Osbourne, Julie Chen, Holly Robinson Peete, Leah Remini, and Marissa Jarrett Winokur, She helped shape a show that felt different from anything else on daytime TV. Real, emotional, imperfect conversations built a massive following. Viewers loved the vulnerability. By 2016, the talk won a Daytime Emmy Award, beating out giants like The View and Ellen. Then, in 2013, during Secret Week, Sara revealed one of the most deeply personal moments of her life. On live television, with a trembling voice, she came out publicly. She spoke about dating Johnny Galecki as a teenager and the sadness she felt every time they kissed. She told the world she was finally ready to share who she really was. It was one of the most emotional moments the show ever aired. But in 2018, Sara stepped into the most intense chapter of her career when Roseanne returned to television. It all began as a fun sketch she did with John Goodman on The Talk, but the chemistry was undeniable. Sara realized the story could continue. She pitched ABC a reboot, raw, grounded, real. The network ordered 13 episodes before filming even began. The revival premiered on March 27, 2018, and exploded. The first episode drew 18.2 million viewers. The second drew 18.6 million. It was the biggest TV comedy premiere in years. ABC renewed it within 3 days. Behind the scenes, everything was collapsing. Roseanne Barr's behavior grew unpredictable, and tensions rose among writers and crew. Sara tried holding things together while juggling her duties on The Talk. Then, at 2:45 a.m. on May 29, 2018, Roseanne tweeted the racist remark about Valerie Jarrett, and ABC canceled Roseanne within hours. Sara condemned the comment, but Roseanne accused her of betrayal. ABC moved forward with The Conners, where Sara became its driving force. From 2018 to 2025, she helped shape its stories. The finale ended with John Goodman as Dan Connor, whispering, "Good night." While managing all this, Sara was raising 3 children. She built a family with producer Allison Adler, welcoming Levi Hank in 2004 and Sawyer Jane in 2007. After their separation, Sara fell in love with Linda Perry of For Non-Blondes. Their engagement, announced live on The Talk, was unforgettable. They married in 2014, welcomed their son Rhodes in 2015, and later separated. Their divorce was finalized in 2024, but the relationship remained warm. Linda joked in 2025 that Sara still had to kick her out of the house because she visits so often. Today, Sara stands at the start of a new era. She founded a production company, Sara Plus Tom, with legendary producer Tom Werner. She continues acting, including a role on Netflix's Atypical. She has expressed interest in returning as Dr. Leslie Winkle for the spin-off. Stewart fails to save the universe, and she remains one of the most influential creative voices working in television. After 4 decades of secrets, heartbreaks, reinventions, and unstoppable resilience, Sara Gilbert finally stands in her own light. Her journey is far from over, and neither is ours. If this story moved you, like, share, and subscribe for more powerful Hollywood stories. Thanks for watching.